What if I told you the woman who rolls her eyes at your jokes, avoids eye contact, or even acts like you don't exist might actually be into you? It sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? But attraction rarely shows up the way we expect it to. It's often messy, contradictory, and laced with fear. While you're waiting for a smile, a compliment, or a flirtatious glance, she's busy hiding, pretending, deflecting. Because for many women, especially those who've been hurt before, liking someone openly feels terrifying. Vulnerability means exposure. Exposure means risk. So instead of leaning in, she leans away. Instead of expressing interest, she puts up walls. But walls have cracks. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice the little ways those walls start to fall. This video is your guide to the truth hidden behind sarcasm, to the affection masked as avoidance, to the longing buried in silence. These are the signs she secretly likes you, but is doing everything she can to hide it. Number 1, she criticizes you for no reason. You walk into a room, and her eyes immediately catch your shoes. Those again, she says with a smirk. You crack a joke, and she rolls her eyes. Your friends laugh, but she shakes her head like she's above it. It feels like she has something against you, but you can't figure out why. Here's the twist. She doesn't dislike you. She just doesn't know how to deal with the fact that she does. When attraction is inconvenient or scary, some women go on the offensive. They'll nitpick your outfit, your laugh, your stories, anything to create emotional distance. But what they're really doing is pulling the spotlight away from what they're feeling. Picture this. You're sitting at a table with her and a few friends. You're telling a story. Everyone's laughing, except her. She interrupts. That's not how it happened. Or you always exaggerate. On the surface, it sounds dismissive. But if you look closer, you'll notice something. She was listening. Every word. She's hyper aware of you. Her criticisms aren't meant to hurt you. They're attempts to manage her own confusion. And if you can handle the jabs and read between the lines, you might realize those digs are closer to flirtation than rejection. Number 2, she keeps saying, we're just friends. There's a strange tension between you. You laugh together, text often, and sometimes you catch her looking at you like she's lost in thought. But every time the conversation veers into emotional territory, she throws up the same wall. We're just friends. At first, you believe her, but then she says it again and again, almost like she's trying to convince herself. According to cognitive dissonance theory, people experience discomfort when their actions and beliefs don't align. So they create a narrative that restores internal balance, even if it's false. Imagine being in her shoes. She feels drawn to you, but isn't sure if you feel the same. So she tries to cage the feeling. We're just friends. She repeats, not because it's true, but because saying anything else would expose her. That phrase becomes a shield, repeated until it starts to crack. Her voice might waver the 3rd time she says it. Her eyes dart away the 5th time. Why? Because words lose their power when they're only half true. Sometimes denial sounds a lot like confession, just in reverse. Number 3, she acts cold and distant, but you feel it's not genuine. You send her a thoughtful message. She takes hours to respond, and when she does, it's cold, short, dismissive. You wonder what you did wrong. The next time you see her, she walks past without saying hi. But later, you hear from a mutual friend that she asked about you, that she's been acting different, withdrawn. When a woman is afraid of her own feelings, her first instinct might be to retreat. That distance is armor. Let's say she used to respond to your texts in minutes. Now it takes hours, or she doesn't reply at all. You feel the shift, but you're not sure what caused it. It's not about what you did. It's about what she's feeling. She's not abandoning the connection. She's testing it to see if it can hold without her always being present. Number 4, she tries to make you jealous. You're talking to a girl at a party. and she suddenly appears, laughing loudly with another guy, not just talking, but performing. Later, she posts a story, tagging that guy with a wink emoji. It's not coincidence, it's choreography. Jealousy activates the same brain regions linked to physical pain. That ache in your chest, it's real and it's powerful. She's looking for a reaction. She wants to know, do you feel the jealousy she feels when she sees you with someone else? If you do, maybe you feel the same. It's a risky move, but in the absence of direct communication, jealousy becomes a language, one that doesn't need words to hit hard. Number 5, her friends know more than you do. You're hanging out, and suddenly her best friend smirks when you walk in. Another one nudges her when you make a joke. Later, someone casually mentions, she talks about you a lot, you know. And just like that, the secret's out. If her friends are treating you like you're important, it's probably because she does. Even if she's never said a word, they know. They've seen the texts, heard the late night confessions, witnessed the smiles she saves just for you. Sometimes the people around her will be braver than she is. Number 6, mixed signals are her reality. She laughs at your jokes, leans in close, and texts you goodnight. Then the next day, radio silence. She pulls back, goes cold. One day she's all in. The next, she pulls back. You're left questioning what's real and what's not. But here's what's important. Consistency isn't always possible when someone is fighting their own heart. You're not dealing with manipulation. You're dealing with hesitation. These emotional waves are proof of a deeper tide. Mixed signals don't mean she's dishonest. They mean she's torn. Number 7, she remembers the small stuff. Weeks ago, you mentioned your brother's birthday. She texts you that day to ask how it went. She remembers your coffee order, your first pet's name, and the story about your grandma's house. People forget most of what they hear in passing, but not her. Why? Because when we're emotionally drawn to someone, our brain flags those details as important. Imagine someone remembering the exact color of your shirt the first day you met. That's not accident. That's emotional imprinting. Number 8, her body gives her away. She avoids your eyes, but glances when you're not looking. She fidgets when you're near. Her feet face you. Her smile lingers half a second longer than it should. Words lie, but the body rarely does. Every time she acts unaffected, but her body does something different, you're seeing the truth sneak out. It's not about being an expert in reading signs. It's about trusting what your gut picks up on before your brain has time to rationalize it away. Bonus number 1. She notices the smallest changes in you. You get a haircut and she comments. You change your cologne and she picks up on it. You mention you've been hitting the gym and she says, yeah, I can tell. She's not being polite. She's being observant because she's paying attention. When someone likes you, they notice shifts in your energy, your appearance, even your routine. It's emotional awareness, and it means she's watching, even when she's trying not to show it. Bonus number 2, she gets nervous around you, but not around others. You've seen her with other people, confident, composed, but with you, she stumbles over words, she fidgets, she forgets the punchline. Nervousness is a physiological response. When we're around someone we're emotionally affected by, our bodies react, even if we're trying to act cool. That's not a coincidence. That's emotional gravity, and it's pulling harder than you think. Bonus number 3, she mirrors you without realizing it. You cross your arms, and she does too. You tilt your head, and she follows. This is called mirroring. It's one of the most powerful signs of subconscious rapport. If a body starts echoing yours, it's because her feelings are doing the same. If you've made it this far, here's what I want you to take away. When someone is emotionally guarded, it's not your job to tear their walls down. It's your job to see them clearly and honor them anyway. Mixed signals, avoidance, and denial don't always mean disinterest. Sometimes they're just fear dressed up in cold behavior. So be steady, be observant, but above all, be self-respecting. Because the right connection won't hide, it won't confuse, it won't ask you to guess. And when the real thing comes along, you'll feel it in your bones. No mixed signals, no pretending, just truth.